Sunday and happy Father's Day to all you dads out there today. This is Frank Rock. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel coming at you. Another big day for Tennessee baseball. Tennessee, North Carolina tonight, 7 o'clock, ESPN2. And if you have the ESPN Plus subscription, you can also watch your games through ESPN Plus as well. During the college baseball season, that's some of the best money spent that there is. But Tennessee, North Carolina tonight, two teams coming off walk-off wins on Friday night. Of course, Kentucky with a walk-off yesterday over North Carolina State. Texas A&M didn't walk off Florida, but they had the rob of the home run in the ninth inning. So all these games have been nip and tuck. They've been very tight down the stretch. Could tonight be any different? I mean, I don't know if you should expect any different based on what we've seen so far. This is two really good teams that are playing tonight. So let's get right into this thing, the matchup. So your pitching matchup tonight, Drew Beam, 4.44. ERA, Shea Sprague, North Carolina, 4.00. I don't know who has the advantage in this one. We look at Drew Beam. We think of a guy 3 years here. We think, yeah, this is kind of our ace going. He's not pitched like an ace, though, lately. He just hasn't. He's not been good. He's not gotten through, your fifth inning or more here recently. Looking at his last few outings for Beam. Let me see. Let me get it pulled back up here. Just a minute. So 4 2/3 against Evansville, 5 hits, 5 earned runs. 3 2/3 against Indiana, 4 earned runs. Mississippi State, 4 2/3, 5 earned runs. Thought that one was a little unfair just based on how the umpiring went on that one. But as we've seen, we sometimes get the call, or can, depend on who you ask, get the calls. South Carolina, he was 3 runs, 1 earned. Vanderbilt got 5 off him, Florida 3. So he's been, and then his strikeout numbers the last few games he had going in order from Evansville back 5-5, 4-4-6, 4-8 to Missouri. So, the outings have ranged anywhere from 3 2/3 against Indiana up to 7 1/3 Missouri, going back to basically the end of April on that. Feel a key tonight for Tennessee. We need Drew Beam to get into the 6th inning. And we need him if he does get pulled, that it's not with some bases loaded jam or something like that. It needs to be just get to a point where you can. I think you probably turned it over to Nate Snead tonight, is because Aaron Combs threw 60 on Friday night. I can't believe he would be available tonight. I could be wrong on that, but I would think it would be Tuesday before he's available again. Could they go Causey? Maybe. He threw 45. I don't think that. I think they go Snead. I think your ideal scenario tonight for Tennessee is you want no more than 3 pitchers. Beam to get pretty far into the game. Maybe turn it over to whoever they decide to go with. I'm looking at who they're deciding. Is it Cannell? Is it Pankey? Could they go Loy? I don't think they trust Loy as much as me or some of the others do. Or could you just go Beam to Snead? Possibly. I think that would be an ideal scenario as well. But Shea Sprague, he's a left-hander. To me, the way this North Carolina pitching staff, to me, fits into what Tennessee's doing good right now. Shea Sprague throws tonight. He's a lefty, 4.0 ERA. I have to pull his stuff back. I think he had 56 strikeouts and 73 in the 3rd innings. I think's what it was. Actually, I'm sorry, 64 strikeouts and 74 in the 3rd inning. So I'm looking at his last few outings. So last weekend against West Virginia got 5 runs, 4 of them were earned off of him. He did hold LSU to no runs in the regional. Wake Forest on May 24th got a couple runs off of him in 4 2/3. Duke got 4. Louisville got 4 on the starts before that. So, he's a solid pitcher. He's a 4.0 ERA. To me, and it seems like he's a guy that works a little more off speed. But, again, what I like, he's not a heavy strikeout pitcher. And I think you compare it, we just saw Jamie Arnold on Friday night, he's considered the best pitcher in the College World Series. Tennessee did pretty good against him. And I know Florida State helped them out some, but Tennessee helped Florida State out a lot as well. It's a moot point. But I like this. And then North Carolina's closer, Dalton Pence, who's really good, 1.92 ERA. You got to think at some point we may see him as well. He's a lefty again. And I don't know. I just like it now because I've said it earlier. I think our lefties hit lefties well, and I think the righties, of course, hit lefties better than they hit righties. Um, if we see it, a right-handed guy who throws a lot of off speed, that's where I may get a little concerned. The fact that I think it's penciled in, we'll see two lefties tonight. If it's a close game, I like that. I think that matches up well for Tennessee. The key to me is Drew Beam. Drew Beam to me is the key. Which Drew Beam are we going to get tonight? And I think it's a valid question. The last couple of weeks, he's been really good through three. And then the wheels have kind of fallen off after that. We need Drew Beam getting into the sixth, if not seventh inning tonight. I think that would be huge. That would go a long way. But let's make no mistake about it. The task at hand is not going to be very easy because North Carolina has a very good offensive lineup tonight. Everybody talks about Florida State and their lineup. It's really good. This North Carolina lineup's really good as well. Of course, Vance Honeycutt is their main guy, but you got Casey Cook, 345, 18 home runs, 77 RBIs. Parks Harbor, 20 home runs, 63, 342 average. Anthony Donofrio, I hope that's how you pronounce it, 332, 7 home runs, 53 RBIs. Gavin Gallagher, 329. Honeycutt, 312. Alex Madera, 302. Luke Stevenson, 287. And here's your thing. Honeycutt can steal. He has 28 stolen bases. Donofrio, I hope I pronounced it right, 19 stolen bases. Casey Cook's got 7. So, I mean, they're 83 out of 92 stolen bases. And, of course, that's probably a little bit of an advantage. But you keep them off the bases, that's a moot point again. But that's going to be big there. So looking, averages, North Carolina hits 304 as a team. They don't have near the power that Tennessee does, but they have some guys who can make you pay. And, look at North Carolina's pitching as well. So if we get into their pitching a little bit, they have some pretty good guys here. Dalton Pence, Kyle Percival. I was trying to think on Percival if he's another lefty. Here, I'm trying to see his stats because I was thinking his last outing was against LSU where he had I'm trying to think if he's hurt or not. I may be wrong on that, but he has not pitched for 2 weeks. Now, I don't know if that's just the way it's worked out or what, because they will go to Pence when they need it. I think that's kind of something, but, North Carolina's team ERA on the season, looking at that, is 4.19. That's pretty respectable overall as a staff because you compare it with Tennessee's 3.95. So these teams are fairly close in a lot of categories. Tennessee's bullpen has logged a lot more innings than North Carolina's bullpen has as well. Of course, a lot of that's the result of Tennessee having an opener. Really, for part of the season, Xander Sechrist was like an opener here recently. He's been like he's really been your best pitcher in the starting rotation so far. Could they have possibly went Sechrist today? I think that's an interesting call because he normally throws Sundays, but they're not going to. They're going to go with Beam. I've seen people debating that. Would you possibly go Sechrist? But I think they go Beam. I think for sure it's Beam today. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And then, depending on what happens Tuesday, it'll be Sechrist, whether it's the game to advance to the championship series or whether it's, you're having to keep your season alive. Of course, Tennessee, if they win tonight, let me pull the College World Series brackets up here. Let me make sure I've got this for sure because I've been off a little bit this week on something. So if Tennessee wins tonight, I said Tuesday. If Tennessee are to win tonight, they will play Wednesday at 1:00 on ESPN. If they were to lose this game tonight, they would play Tuesday at 1:00, if I'm reading this right. So it looks to me like win tonight, you play Wednesday at 1. Lose tonight, you play Tuesday at 1. And then if you won that, you'd play Wednesday at 1. And then if necessary, you'd play again on Thursday. And, of course, the championship series starts Saturday at 6:30, Sunday at 1, and if needed, Monday at 6 o'clock. That's of next week, of course. So, Tennessee could possibly, best case scenario for them is you win tonight, you're till Wednesday, and you have pretty much you'll have virtually everyone available depending on what Beam's count is or what Snead or whomever's pitch count is at that point. So it's really, Tennessee has a shot tonight to do something they've never done in program history. That is win their first 2 games of the College World Series. They have never done that. They've only won their first game of the College World Series now only twice, because they won in 95, but they turned around and they were drilled by Cal State Fullerton, who was the eventual national champion. Tennessee then in that tournament beat Stanford, got back to Cal State Fullerton, got drilled again. I think it was 11-0 and 11-1 was the 2 games against Cal State Fullerton. So Tennessee has a chance for the first time in their program's history to be 2-0 in the College World Series tonight. That'd be a pretty good thing, and I think that would go a long ways towards getting them to that championship series next weekend, because if you look at it, some of these pitching staffs, I think North Carolina might be a little deeper than Florida State and Virginia on pitching. Definitely Florida State. I think Florida State's going to have a hard time with their pitching getting back through. But it would not surprise me for Tennessee and North Carolina to see each other multiple times this week. And just because I think North Carolina's better than Virginia and Florida State. I really do. But the key is for Tennessee, take care of business tonight. So, I'll go back to my keys again. Drew Beam. That's key number 1 for me tonight. Key number 2, keep doing what you're doing at the plate. Their top 4 the other night were great. Tears had a big night. And guys at the bottom did some things. Let's make no mistake about it. You had the Cannon Peebles walk late in the game, which helped get it back to the top of the order. That was a big time at bat for him. Cal Stark got the walk. He come in, scored. He was out by a mile, but catcher didn't have good control. Cal slid in, knocked it loose. It was a clean slide. Hopefully the key also defense, clean that defense up. It was atrocious. Yeah, atrocious. 3 errors easily could have been counted 5 to 6 errors to me. I still think it's a travesty Florida State was credited with 11 earned runs in that game. There is absolutely no way they had over 5 to 6 earned runs in that game. No way. No way at all with it. Clean up your defense. Play the defense that you know. Shortstop, I want Dean Curley to make me some plays tonight. I want Dean Curley to play his position and make me some plays. There's too many times I've questioned why these balls are getting through in that position. Balls that should be easily fielded, I feel like. Again, I'm not out there. I'm not seeing how they're lined up or anything like that. I've watched enough baseball to know how a shortstop plays and where a shortstop can field. Dean Curley needs to field some of these balls that are up the middle, to his left, to his right, that are a little bit further out his range. If he needs to lay out or whatever he needs to do, I need him to man his position and cut down on some of these balls that are getting through that I really feel have no business getting through on that. Play your position, show you're a shortstop, show your range, show your height, show your athleticism out there. What I'm seeing out of him, if it's to him, sure, great. He makes the play. To his left and right, a few feet, he doesn't make the play. I need to see a shortstop that's supposed to be really good right there. I need to see that out of him. I need to see Blake Burke over at first base playing the way Blake Burke has played the majority of the season over there. I need to see Ament playing his game out there. Your outfield doing their thing. Cal Stark keeping things under control with Drew Beam, keeping that pitcher. With the coaching staff, recognize where Beam's at tonight. Have somebody ready to go if he's cruising through that third inning. I know it's not. Don't let it get out of hand. Don't let it get out of hand like we have where guys are coming into a mess, bases loaded. Recognize it early. I know it's easier said than done. I get that. But based on what we've seen out of Beam the last few weeks, they've recognized it with Stamos and had Causey ready to go early. I think you got to do the same with Beam at the first end. A little bit of signs of trouble with him. I really do, because it's gone off the rails 3 weeks in a row. When it's gone off the rails, it's gone off the rails with him. And they've had to bail him out. Last week was horrific against Evansville. Let's make no mistake about it. That's my keys tonight. My prediction then, I'm going Tennessee wins I don't know a score. I don't even care the score. It can be 1-0. It could be 20-19. It could be 30-29. I don't care. A win's a win. I'm not going to complain about a win. We'll analyze it later tonight. I'll be live with you right after the game. And hopefully it'll be happy times for Tennessee fans. And we can look forward to Wednesday at 1 o'clock and hopefully playing for that chance to go to the championship series next weekend. But I hope you guys have a great day. Again, all you dads out there, happy Father's Day. I hope you all have a great day as well. And, last but certainly not least, go Vols.
Everyone rejects